Welcome to the Michigan Association of Planning's 2022 Leadership Awards program. Each year, MAP seeks nominations for planning projects and planning leaders. I'm Andrea Brown, the Executive Director of the Michigan Association of Planning, and I am so pleased to present the MAP Leadership Awards, which honor planning and zoning officials and elected leaders, administrators, and advocates. After 2 years of remote conferences and award videos, this year, we return to an in-person conference where recipients can be recognized for their achievements in person. However, we realized that videos allow recipients to share this honor with extended family, friends, and their community. Nominations are reviewed by a jury composed of Michigan professional planners, including a past board president and long-term members of our association. This year, the jury included Rex Lamore, past president of MAP and a professor at Michigan State University; Tom Paisan, AICP, assistant director of Dearborn's Community and Economic Development Department; and Paula Prevey, AICP Community Development Director with the City of Big Rapids. This year, 4 individuals are receiving Michigan Association of Planning Leadership Awards. Our first award is the Planning Champion Award. This award recognizes a MAP member who has made significant positive contributions to planning in Michigan for at least 20 years and has been a staunch advocate for planning. Dennis Stakowitz is being honored with the Planning Champion Award. Dennis was hired as the Marquette City Planner in May of 2001. Since that time, he has seen the city's potential and worked with the Planning Commission to coordinate Marquette's 2002 Landmark Master Plan that envisioned Marquette as a premier, livable, walkable winter city. Few would disagree that 20 years later, this vision has been achieved. In 2008, he secured funding for the Downtown Waterfront Form-Based Code Workshop that brought top national planners and urban designers to Marquette and resulted in the city's first form-based code as a means to spur redevelopment along the post-industrial waterfront. With this highly engaging planning process, new form-based code, and resulting development, Dennis helped demonstrate to community residents and elected officials that charrette-style public engagements will produce the policies and regulations that enable development consistent with the community's vision. Dennis was also a driving force behind Marquette's recent zoning ordinance overhaul that resulted in the new Land Development Code, which was adopted in early 2019. For nearly 10 years, Dennis educated and nudged elected officials to budget for the massive overhaul that would modernize the city's general development regulations into a unifying code with contemporary zoning, subdivision, land division, sign and fence regulations, and a more permissive and user-friendly ordinance. Dottie LaJoy, Executive Director of QPAD, noted, "We have come to recognize Mr. Stakowitz as a skilled and knowledgeable planner with a savvy for connecting planning principles and best practices to community and economic development." Please join me in congratulating the City of Marquette's Community Development Director, Dennis Stakowitz. The Helen S. Willis Outstanding Commissioner Award was established in 1994. It was named to honor the vast contributions of Helen S. Willis made to the Michigan Society of Planning officials during her 10 years as MSPO's Executive Director. The Helen S. Willis Outstanding Commissioner Award honors an individual who advanced or promoted the cause of planning in the public arena. This year, we have 2 recipients. First, we recognize Dr. Betsy Dayrell Hart, Chair of the St. Ignace Planning Commission. Dr. Dayrell Hart is constantly found at online and in-person events throughout the year, from working on a master plan to developing the city's first capital improvements plan to fighting to expand housing options in the city for long-term and seasonal employees to attempting to broker a compromise on food trucks in the downtown. Betsy is inquisitive, persistent, humble, and collaborative. She has been a member of MAP since 2016, and she is a graduate of MSUE's Citizen Planner program and multiple rounds of RRC best practice training. Elle Jansen of Lake Superior Community Partnership said this about Betsy: "As a commissioner, Betsy is always ready to tackle any obstacle that comes her way. During her time as chair, she has conducted various time-consuming processes to ensure that the city remained on top of its planning needs. Examples of these tasks include the implementation of a new master plan, the creation of a short-term rental ordinance, and continuing to work towards the MEDC Redevelopment Ready Communities certification. Please join me in congratulating Betsy Dayrell-Hart. Our second Helen S. Willis Award recognizes Matt Payne. Matt has been a Pittsfield Charter Township Planning Commission chair since 2009, which means he has chaired over 400 meetings. Mr. Payne has championed planning efforts that provide smart growth and quality of life to township residents and businesses. In 2015, the township began to update the master plan and revise the Parks and Recreation Plan. Today, the township is experiencing tremendous development growth, but that growth is smart, balanced, sustainable, and preserves the township's historical agricultural base. Township Supervisor Mandy Graywall said this about Matt. Matt has not been just a steadfast and logical voice of reason on the Planning Commission, but he has chaired and led the commission through one of the most transformative periods in Pittsfield Township's history. Sam Benzos, a developer in Pittsfield Township, said this: Mr. Payne ran an effective meeting and ensured an equitable process. As a developer, I have worked in numerous communities, and I found Mr. Payne firm but fair as he pushed us to provide the best project for the township. Pittsfield is a true partner in the process. Join me in congratulating Matt Payne. Finally, the Helen Foss Outstanding Volunteer Award. Helen Foss has been a member of the Michigan Society of Planning Officials for many years. For over 20 years, she was involved with the City of Walled Lake in several capacities, including Planning Commission and City Council. She was an active member of MSBO and participated on the conference committee for many years, serving as its chair in 1999. The Helen Foss Outstanding Volunteer Award was established in her memory to acknowledge the many and far-reaching contributions Helen made to the planning community and especially to our organization through her volunteer efforts. Recipients are selected by MAP staff. This year, MAP staff chose Christopher Germain as the recipient of the Helen Foss Outstanding Volunteer Award. Christopher is a tireless advocate of good planning and an enthusiastic volunteer. As an early leader of MAP's Emerging Professional Planners Committee, he served as vice chair and chair, piloted its mentoring program and member survey, and recruited speakers for EPP professional development talks. As one of the first AICP planners on the MEDC RRC staff, he was a strong advocate for MAP and for the principles of best planning practices to both his colleagues and municipalities across the state. His contagious optimism is an asset to our profession and to communities throughout Michigan, large and small. He now carries that energy to his new position as executive director of the Lake Superior Partnership in Marquette. Michigan, the planning industry, and the MAP organization are better because Christopher is involved. Thank you for joining us to honor planning leaders in Michigan. This program will be on our website and will be included in our Planning Michigan 2022 conference materials.